Hey friends, welcome to my new video. And recently I made a post where I asked you which town in the Moscow region should I visit. So unfortunately after this post, I was supposed to go next week after it. It was so rainy for a few weeks, like almost every day really windy. And the problem about this, it's even not the fact of walking under the rain, but the record videos. So I was waiting for 2 more weeks and then I went there. Uh, on the day of the trip, there were the same number of votes for Dmitrov and Kolomna, but the day when I firstly was supposed to go there, Kolomna won, so that's why I decided to visit this city. And first of all, I want to show you how trains in Moscow looks like. This is an example of a typical train that runs in the Moscow region. It takes 2 hours to go to Kolomna from Moscow, and the ticket cost was 300 rubles or $5. It may seem strange to you, but on such trains people sell different things such as souvenirs or food.
Без меня я остался там на войне. Пуля дура третьего дня молча поселилась во мне.
And here we reached Kolomna. Looks like Putin, yes?
Yes.
After 2 hours on the train, we finally came to this cozy town. Here is Gazelle. She asked to speak Russian here because she does speak English, so you'll also hear some Russian words now. And yeah, let's explore the city. We're just going to the Kremlin after the train station, the first stop, and actually I noticed that there are so many small things on the houses, like for example this one also. Sorry. Also like this. It's so interesting because in Moscow you can't see like in the living area so many details. And by the way, the weather is amazing. I took a day off actually from work because I knew that today it's gonna be sunny plus 15 degrees Celsius, and tomorrow it's gonna be rainy, so I won't be able to go on the weekend. But yeah, actually I wanted to go here 2 weeks ago, but it was rainy all days, like almost every day, and I'm so happy about this because now everything is so green, like everything is for the best. On the way to the Kremlin, we saw a really cozy market and decided to stop by. This is the territory of museum factory that produces dessert called pastila, which is the main dish of the city. You can also find a really atmospheric cafe with local desserts, and it looks just so nice, but worth noting that the prices are exactly like in Moscow. We were expecting that it will be cheaper. It's so amazing here that you're just walking around all these old houses, super atmospheric, and I think we'll go to take some lunch now and sit next to the river. Let's go! I also noticed that sometimes prices in Moscow are cheaper than here because everything is based on the tourist spot. We really didn't expect that the city would be so touristic, but even though it was really interesting just to walk around because there are so many details of the houses, different status, so I think you will love it. When you wanted to make a fancy picnic, but this is the reality. Garbage. Really sad reality. Another interesting place of the city is the bridge, which is located near the city center. The unique thing about it is the way the bridge moves apart, and we were lucky enough to see it. But even despite, it's so nice to walk along the riverside. There are so many people today, and it's Friday. I can't imagine what's happening here on the weekends. This is, by the way, the place where you can try local dishes, but we decided not to wait this line and not waste our time. I also noticed how many museums out there. I think we counted around 10, 15, and we were just walking around. Oh my gosh. And the town is actually really small, comparing to Moscow, for example. I think there are around 140,000 people. Well, maybe if you are living like in small European town, it will not be that small for you, but comparing to Moscow with around 70 million people, for me it's small. But so many museums there, oh my god, like such small city, town, so many museums. Later we came to Soborny Square, which is the heart of the city, and visited a church there with a really beautiful viewpoint. And actually it's forbidden to do that. Who cares? And something just happened. We were talking with Gazelle that she really wanted a kitten, a cat, and 1 minute later.
Блохастый ты такой маленький.
Mommy.
Я мать.
Yeah, we decided to take a kitten.
Пойдем.
We are going to territory of Kremlin now, and we were planning to visit some museums. I suppose now we won't be able to do that. We will go to the vet, like we're already on our way to that. I hope you'll be okay. This is the Kremlin on the city, and in fact it's just a wall and a couple of towers that preserved from the 16th century. By the way, I was recording this video a few days before the Victory Day, so in the cities of Russia, volunteers were given George ribbon to free to everyone, which is a symbol of the holiday. While Gazelle and the kitten are here, I decided to visit one museum really fast that I think you will find really interesting. So this is how people lived inside Union, and it was called Kommunalka. Actually, this is the same name of the museum. Kommunalka, it's when few families were living in the same apartments. In the Soviet Union, apartments were given for free to the workers of government enterprises, for example factories, and often in such apartments there were families who were not related to each other by blood, and they had to live together due to the lack of the money. And when I was visiting my granny in Vladimir, every time she was giving us something like that, it's actually a juice. Honestly speaking, I'm not a fan of Soviet thematic, but even though it was so interesting to me just walk around and to see the details of it, to see how it was in the past, and I really advise you it. By the way, the clocks like that were so famous. I still have one on my countryside. The museum is interesting. I really advise you to visit it. You will see how life used to be in the past, and the price was around 200 rubles, so it's about $3. Who is going to the doctor? We brought the kitten to the vet clinic where she was given several injections and medications, and we really hope that she will get better. Поздравляю с новым членом семьи.
Кололи антибиотики, едем домой.
Dinner winners. I also want to thank you guys for all your donations. I really appreciate this, because thanks to that I can travel to some towns and just show you more of Russia. Kitten is feeling better, and actually it's a girl, and we called her Sabrina or Sabi. She's sleeping now, and I'm so happy that they said like probably she'll be alive. They gave her some medications. Also, she would take antibiotics for the next, I think, 3 days, and she should feel better. And the last point before the train is this beautiful church. Unfortunately, I can't enter it right now because I think they're praying there and it's closed for 40 minutes. We would already have a train at this time, but outside it looks amazing. Unfortunately, because of the kitten, we couldn't visit almost any museums of the city, but there are a lot of them, so I really advise you to visit at least some to see the Russian culture. Kolomna is really famous for its sweets, and it's called pastila. I bought some to try, and then I will tell you what it tastes like. Actually, the ingredients are just eggs, some fruits, and sugar. That's it. Well, everybody is buying it here, so I think we also have to try it. So I just tried the sweets, and it tastes like fruits, marshmallows, something like that. It feels like really natural, healthy, but I can't say that I really like it. И получше. Наконец-то. By the way, the kitten is feeling just fine, and I'm sure she'll have a long, happy life with Gazelle. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video until very end. And small conclusion about the trip. I really advise you to visit Kolomna. It's located just 2 hours from Moscow, and it was really interesting there. Really, I was there with Russian style, even though it was quite touristic. So thank you so much again. If you want me to record some other towns in Russia, please mention in the comments below, and I will try to visit it and make a video about it.